How's it going, everyone? It is Andre Williams, and we're going to be talking about GME and AMC, which both ended up having a strong day inside the market. And what we've been looking for, I've been telling you guys for the longest time, look out for these moves towards the upside, especially for GME. This is still a stock with short interest that is above 20%. So being aware of that, we could start seeing what is actually going on and how we can take advantage of opportunities, which is part of the reasons why I do these technical analysis videos for you guys so you can make money. All right, so we're gonna get into the technical analysis for both of these stocks, and then I'm gonna give you guys my final thoughts afterwards. All right, so we're gonna be doing the technical analysis for GME, which ended up having another great day in the market, being up 26.94% on the day. Very impressive in what we want to see. So as we can see at the end of after hours yesterday, it was literally sitting in that 190 range, 194, 195. This morning in the pre-market, you guessed it right, we ended up having a really nice gap up here around this 211 area. I was saying, hey, it would be great to see GME be above 200 and hold it down, and it went to 211, so it surpassed my expectation by $10. So as you can see right here right away, when we have this gap up, we did a great job having this as a support level in the pre-market. As you can see here at 210, when we tested it, we came right back up, and we never visited it until the open here, as you can see around 9:30, but ended up bouncing off very quickly, as you can notice right here from the simple moving average on the 100 day. And if you see that, hey, it was looking good. There was no drastic movements whatsoever. It was a nice, steady move for the entire day, and that's what I like to see. So as you can go forward, what I want to take a look at and show you very quickly, we ended up hitting a high in the pre-market here at around 455, where it was around 238, which ended up being the resistance because we were never able to get back there. But when we look at the next resistance level that was going down inside the pre-market, the other one was around 227, 228. So when I started seeing this, I'm like, you know what, things are actually looking really good, and I'm still remaining and keeping my bullish stance. But now, as we get to the open, we see a strong move to the upside. All the way from the open, we have that dip. We get up to here, we hit this resistance area right around 245. And what we want to take into consideration, this resistance area actually got tested multiple times throughout the day. As we can see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this 245 area was a serious area that needed to be broken. And if it did get broken, then you already know that we're going to be getting a good run up. But before we get into that, let's take a look at where we saw support here in the early parts of the day. We saw it here right around this 225 range. And then it got better and increased to 227. And then as you can see over here, it got up to 235. So just seeing this had me looking, and I'm like, wait a second. The fact that there's a lot, and I mean there's a lot of people who are buying shares and they are holding and so forth, it's working very well because we are constantly building up new support levels as the trading days go by. One of the support areas that we need to pay attention to, and this is taken into consideration the later parts of the day, especially here from 135 going into the close, is around 235. So what that means is, going into the after hours, we want to see GME finish above 235. Now, I'm going to talk about the run-up that we have towards the end. So as you can see here, we know this level here around 230 was an area of support for quite some time, especially as the day went on all the way from 150. But as we go right into the close, you see we end up closing here right at 246.90. And remember what I talked about before, how we had a resistance level here around 245. So when you see a run up like this, you already know going into after hours, we're going to end up beating that high. And as you can see, we end up getting to a high of $257. And now currently you can see in the pre-market at the time of this recording at 4:32 p.m., it's around 246, 61, 40, let's just call it 246. So as long as GME could hold it down. So hold down the level of even 240. We are looking good, and as well as 235. 235 is that area to keep an eye on. If we end up finishing above 235, we could definitely look forward for a gap up tomorrow and just being into that 240 area. Is it possible that we could finish in after hours above that? Of course. That'd be great. That's what we would look forward to so we can keep up this bullish momentum. But even if we finish at 235 or slightly above that, we are still in good territory, okay? Now, if you were thinking about adding to your position and so forth, you already know. The mornings are one of those opportunities you need to take advantage of. Whenever you see that morning dip, as you can see it right here, when I first saw it, like here the low was 208, but when I first saw it, it was around 210, 213 when I saw it. So whenever you saw this particular type of a movement happen, you definitely need to start considering, hey, you know what, that's a good area to actually add. Because now, as we take a look at how it's moving, I would not be surprised if GME ends up testing the 270s by tomorrow. Would not be shocked at all, and actually look forward to seeing it. All right, so we're going to be doing a technical analysis on AMC, which ended up being up 13.02% on the day, and as you can see, it is killing it right now in after hours, but we're going to get to that just now. But one of the things we need to look out in regards to what happened in the pre-market, we had a very, very nice gap up. We've already talked about on this channel how important it was for AMC to be staying in that $9 or staying above that $9 area. So we ended up getting that nice gap up, as you can see, from $9.37. We also see on that gap up, it ended up being a very, very great area for support for the entire pre-market, as you can see right there. We ended up testing it on different occasions, as you can see, going across, and we did a good job bouncing off of it. So these are one of the things we want to look out for, and also shows, hey, you know what, there's going to be a bullish trend coming with AMC. We could also see now, of course, in the morning, we tend to have the sell-offs, and we get the low here down to $9.22. So let me just open it up a little bit. So we end up having a strong move to the upside, going up to $9.94, as you can see here. And you notice for a good part of the morning, ended up becoming a resistance area. We tried testing it, but never was able to get there until we finally were able to get through it. And we know whenever things like this happen, we could see a strong move to the upside, because this just brings in even more confidence. So as you can see here, from 11:30 a.m., we end up getting all the way up to here to $10.76 at 12:25. And as you can see, we were never able to break this area during regular trading hours again. But that is fine, because what we want to take a look at were some new support levels that have been formed. So we can see here we had a support level here around $9.60. Move it back up to here, we started seeing a support level here at $9.79. As we move it up, we start seeing there's a support level here at $10.19. So looking at it at $10.19 for a quick moment, we can see right here at 11:45 p.m. Look how well we're able to maintain this level of support fairly well. So we tested it here, ended up rebounding back up. Tested it here, right? Broke through it a little bit, but again, ended up recovering. Came back, tested it again, but it ended up bringing itself back up. As we got towards the end, of course, this is where a lot of traders start exiting and so forth. So, hey, we're going to have some sell-offs. We also got to be proud that we had a good amount of volume today at 136 million as well. So, as we were able to start making those moves, as you can see right towards the end, and also taking into consideration we had a catalyst today, which I'm going to be covering. We have a strong move going into the close, finishing at $10.50. And then look at AMC and after hours right now. Here at $11.44 being the high. We already know there's a numerous amount of things that are coming. We also know AMC has earnings coming as well. Now, as far as the new support level to look out for, like we said, that $10.10 area and that $10.20 area is something to keep an eye on. So far, everything is looking really, really good for AMC, especially in after hours. I must say, I'm impressed. I'm happy about this. We've been covering GME and AMC, and I love seeing how these stocks have been doing extremely well. And we're also seeing the strategy and the things that we've been looking at and the price targets and the predictions through our technical analysis have been serving very, very well. So as far as what I'm seeing from GME and AMC, I am very, very impressed. I know I keep saying this, but we've been following the charts. We've been looking at the price action. We've been seeing how it's been moving day by day, and it's actually following what price targets and predictions that we were actually looking for. So that's what's the best part about this. So again, for anyone who's in these plays, make sure you're also using the right risk management so you're protecting your profits. I also want to say for AMC, there's a lot of things that are coming up for this company. Aside from earnings, we also have news that Los Angeles, so LA, is considering to reopen up movie theaters next week as well. We've already seen what happened when the New York news dropped about AMC having the opportunity to reopen up theaters. So like I said, this bullish trend and what we have going forward, we have a lot to look forward to. But again, I have to emphasize, make sure that you protect your profits, okay? And I also want to put in the disclaimer, I'm not a financial advisor and this isn't financial advice. So when you do invest, just know that you're doing it at your own risk. So as far as tomorrow, I'm still looking for some more room to the upside for both of these stocks, and especially for GME. It's not slowing down anytime soon, and that's what we're seeing, because we're seeing the big time movements that it's making. Even if we take a look at where we started at the beginning of the week here, I know the week isn't that old yet, we're still looking really good, especially even last week. The prices keeps getting higher and higher after every close, and you know what that means? Combine that with the short interest, more likely for GME to squeeze, all right? So hope you guys know that and you're using the right risk management in place, and we'll talk soon. Peace.